This neoclassical building was built during the American period, from 1918 to 1926, and it was intended to become the National Library of the Philippines. But due to lack of funding, it was revised, and this building became the legislative building. Before, this hall served as the lower house. Lower house meaning this is the session hall of the House of Representatives. On the counterpart, on the third floor, this is the upper house, or the hall session hall of the Senate. Presently, this hall is called Espolario, and it was named after this building, Espolario. Are you familiar with this building? Anyone in the group? So this is the original campus building that was made by the Philippine Master Builder. This is the largest and newest building here in the Philippines, with approximately size of 7 by 4 meters. Despite of its size, one could not manage to finish this building for only 8 months, from July 1888 to March 1888. And he was 26 years old when he finished this building. So as you can see, this is the time of the meeting, Espolario. And the lower side, you can see the signature of the words. Luna, Roma, then Roman numerals indicated. Luna indicated the surname of the artist, Juan Luna, and Roma or Rome in Italy. So Juan Luna finished his painting in Italy. So when he was in Italy, he read the book of Charles de Sauté, a French historian. Luna learned the history of the Romans during the time of emperors. Luna found out in the novel that there was a famous tortoise that was lying in the Roman Museum, and it was called gladiator battles. So who are the so-called gladiators? Mostly gladiators are composing of slaves and prisoners during that time. So Espolario refers to the basement of the Roman Colosseum, and this is the depiction of Juan Luna in the aftermath of the gladiator battles. And Espolario came from the Latin word spoliatus. Spoliatus meaning to take something away forcefully. So as you can see, I have visuals here. So this is this Roman Colosseum during the time. And one of the famous entertainment is the gladiator battles. So this is the gladiator battles. So as you can see, the subject here, so these are the two men, okay? So these are the depicted gladiators. After they were depicted in the Colosseum, they will be dragged down in the basement, and they will be buried in the crematorium. Here. On the other side of the painting, you will see the spectators. So they are the audience who watch the gladiator battles. Under the spectators, you will see a man who wear white clothes. So he is a merchant. So what is the role of the merchant in the time? So if you observe closely, the merchant is holding something on his right hand. So he is holding all the possessions, all the weapons of the fallen gladiators. So the merchant steals all the possessions of the fallen gladiators. And on the other side of the painting, these are the family and the loved ones of the fallen gladiators. So that's the notable subject of this painting. Okay, well, Luna finished his painting in the year 1884 in Rome. And the same year 1884, it was transferred into Spain and joined the Exposition Nacional de Bellas Artes. This painting won a first gold medal. And the year after 1885, Juan Luna sold this painting in the province of Barcelona, amounting to 20,000 pesetas. Then during 1930s, there was a Spanish Civil War. Unfortunately, the Espolario was burned. This painting was burned. So this is the only portion that was burned during the Spanish painting. During the Spanish Civil War. Then after it was burned, it was restored by the Spanish leaders. So fast forward in the year 1956, the Manila Lions Club made a petition to the Spanish government to give this Espolario to the Filipino people. So the Spanish government agreed, and this Espolario served as a gift to the all Filipinos. And in the year 1958, it was successfully transported here in the Philippines, but it was being cut into 3 parts. So as you can see, still the Espolario, you can see the visible line. So because it was cut into 3 parts. So this is the actual picture of the Espolario when it was transported here in the Philippines. So these are 2 vertical lines. This is the first line, and this is the second. And it was restored by Antonio Dumlao. So this is the last touch of Antonio Dumlao in restoring the painting Espolario. And mid-1970s, it was transferred here in the Finance Building Fast forward 2006, it was awarded as a National Cultural Treasure of our county. Last year, the Philippines celebrated its 140th anniversary. So that's the history of this team.